The man nervously opened the mysterious legacy left by his father, only to find a plush toy inside. He was extremely disappointed and casually placed the penguin on the table. But as soon as he turned around, the penguin blinked and came to life. He couldn't believe that this thing was actually alive. Before he could utter a word, the penguin presented him with a gift. The man, named Pop, was a buyer in New York. Having lacked paternal love since childhood, he had become a failed father himself, only seeing his children on weekends after divorcing his wife. His father was an explorer who traveled the world on expeditions. Pop blamed all his misfortunes on his father. He put the penguin in the bathtub and covered it with ice cubes, intending to deal with it after work, accidentally bumping into the box containing the penguin. A letter slid to the corner. When Pop returned home, the bathroom was already filled with water. He was furious and immediately wanted to get rid of the penguin, but the staff said they couldn't take it back. After seeking help in vain, Pop soon fell asleep on the couch. Early the next morning, the penguin woke him up, unable to bear it any longer. Pop escorted the penguin out of the room, but the penguin didn't want to leave. Upon returning home, he received another delivery, several more penguins sent by his father. Seeing the messy living room, Pop felt overwhelmed. Just then, the doorbell rang. It was his son's birthday, and he had forgotten to prepare a gift. However, his children were thrilled to see the penguins, considering them the perfect birthday present. Pretending to be calm, Pop improvised names for them and, watching his excited daughter and son, he smiled genuinely for the first time in a while, earning his ex-wife's approving glance as well. Despite his efforts at work, he had neglected his family. Surprisingly, a few penguins had brought so much joy to his family. It turned out that all they had ever wanted was his love and companionship. The doorbell rang again. It was the assistant who called the animal handler. But Pop didn't want to spoil the atmosphere and closed the door. However, he saw his son's suspicious gaze, promising not to send the penguins away. Finally satisfying his son and letting him leave, Pop began to train the penguins, gradually integrating them into his life. One day, the penguin laid 3 eggs, and the family was very excited. But the zoo director came to take the penguins away. The two men quarreled. Angry, Pop bought a variety of fish and brought them home, creating an ice and snow playground. At night, Captain's child penguin did not give birth. Pop accompanied Captain all night, but the penguin and still showed no movement. Reluctantly, Pop called the park director to help Chet. Pop was very sad, feeling that he had not taken good care of the penguins. For the health of the penguins, he had to agree to let the zoo director take them away. When the family found out that the penguins were gone, they were all very disappointed. They felt that Dad was still as indifferent as before, and Pop was very regretful in his heart. The next day, as he was about to leave, Pop found a letter left by his father under the table. After reading the letter, Pop decided to bring the penguins back. He took his whole family to the zoo, only to find that his penguins were not there. The zoo director had deceived him. Pop locked the zoo director in a box, disguised as a worker, and took the penguins out of the zoo. But Captain accidentally left the team, ran to the roof, and jumped down from above. The park director ran to the press conference to make trouble. He took out fish from his pocket to prove that the penguin was his. However, Captain heard Pop's call. Finally, Pop got the custody of the penguins. He found the kindness of human nature, and he reconciled with his ex-wife as well. In the end, unlike his father, Pop took his whole family on a trip and returned the penguins to the wild where they belonged.